So first up this month we have Ghosthunter, which was originally released on the PlayStation 2. I went into this game completely blind. I had no idea how it played, what the story was, anything of the such. Just from the preview pictures, I thought it was going to be a third-person horror survival game. And little did I know, I was in for so much more. This game is a roller coaster.
There are thousands of ghost stories, tales of suffering, loss, and rejection. Into a few, in true the living.
So the game begins with this cutscene where you see a knight of some kind running towards a castle carrying someone, clearly in a rush, and you see that he's being tailed by some ominous black hooded character. So at this point I was like, okay, so it's like a medieval type setting, that's cool. So then, skipping on a little bit, we see our cloaked figure walk past this clearly deceased yet also clearly alive skeleton knight who starts to follow him, and you're like, oh, it's turning ominous. Are we about to see the first signs of battle with a sword? But no. Then his cloak starts to unfurl and you're like, oh, is he a magician? But no, then it's techno music and futuristic weaponry, at which point I was like, what the hell is this game? And how do I inject it into my veins? But yeah, so you get this like awesome cutscene where it just totally shatters your preconceptions, and then it finalizes with the following.
Kate!
So not to get too ahead of myself, but that introduction of how quickly the game turns on its head carries on throughout the entire game. But first of all, let's meet our main character.
Lazarus Jones, Detroit PD, homicide.
A character who, as we'll come to learn, has very questionable origins of residence.
Hey, this better not be Scare the Little Old Country Boy night.
Don't look much, does he? He's nothing but a scrawny little city boy.
So to address the elephant in the room, you're probably thinking that Lazarus Jones looks like a Fight Club bargain basement Brad Pitt, and that was completely intentional. The game developers wanted to model him on Brad Pitt, so yeah. So the game throws us into an introductory cutscene for two of our main characters, Lazarus Jones, who you'll be playing as, and Anna Steele. God, these 90s names, man.
There's nobody to shoot.
There's you.
Exactly. I mean, a bunch of shadows. Hey, keep the gun away.
So what is this place?
Read the sign.
Yeah, what I meant was, what are we...
I know what you meant.
She likes me. No doubt about it, she likes me.
Oh god, that face contortion, that is the stuff of nightmares. Anyway, Anna Steele goes on to explain the backstory of Monse High.
2 years ago, the Detroit school murders made the nationals. You probably didn't get it in the Kalamazoo Gazette. Night of a school play here. Some Professor Brooke murders 10 students and then scoots.
Wow. Was there an arrest?
No, he vanished. No weapon ever found. No motive. All investigation ran dry 6 months in.
Cause of death?
Never established. Autopsies drew a blank. Not a mark on any of the bodies. Yeah. Boy, they say it was a weird scene to walk into that night.
And then she suggests for us to split up and explore the building alone, because that always works out great in horror movies and games.
I'll do the top floors, you do the basement. Cursory check, meet back here in 30.
Got it. Oh, hey, this better not be Scare the Little Old Country Boy night. Okay, I bet you got a welcoming committee, guys from Division down in the basement wearing Halloween masks, body fresh off the slab, swinging from the rafters.
You think you're worth that kind of effort?
Yeah, pretty much.
I look like a prankster? Go to work. 30.
Okay, 30 it is, partner. I look like a prankster. First time I get stuck on one of Charlie's Angels. Jane Bond. Great.
So with that currently unexplored introduction, we get the impression that Lazarus Jones is kind of immature, sarcastic, a little bit egotistical, and Anna just seems like a complete bitch, where I just imagined like an alternate timeline for the game.
There's nobody to shoot.
There's you.
Exactly.
But back to this timeline. Lazarus, in his infinite wisdom, decides to press an unmarked big red button because, I mean, why wouldn't you, you know? And by doing that, he releases a whole bunch of ghosts into the building, and one of them flies inside him, causing him to lose consciousness. Then, upon regaining consciousness and getting the systems back online, we're eventually introduced to this AI system, and you get a little bit of a buddy cop vibe from the two.
It released something, a drug, or a gas. I was knocked down, and I know I'm seeing things. I just... And now I'm talking to a box. Jesus!
Strategy for candidate. Capture the dead. Correction. Recapture the dead. No gas, no drugs. Ghosts.
Ghosts? What are you talking about? A candidate? Hey! Hey! Can you hear me?
Estimate. You can be heard in Texas. Advise composure. Initiating training. Recapture ghosts. Training essential.
Ooh, I totally forgot to mention that as we were going around restoring the power to the building, Anna gets kidnapped by this ghost, and that explains Lazarus's motivation for staying in the building. But back to where we were, we get locked into a room. We have to have our battle mechanics explained to us, and we have our first ghost encounter.
Hey, come on, what are you doing? Open the door!
Initiating basic training sequence. Welcome.
Alright, look. I'm gonna count to 5, and then...
Concur candidates enumerating strategy. Time is of the essence. Please listen. Your hunting must begin as soon as possible.
1.
In brief, your weapons are useless. You cannot kill that which does not live. However, you can contain the spirit.
2.
The grenade has 2 functions. Firstly, it will anchor a spirit into the realm of the living, allowing you to weaken it.
3.
And second,
4.
the grenade will capture a weakened ghost, trapping it in the array.
5.
Recognized. 9mm firearm. Recognized. Threatening stance towards a digital entity, an ally. Irrational response. Candidate functioning with excessive nervous energy. Excessive nervous energy now justified. Strategy. Hunt this ghost.
And now that we've had ghost battles introduced to us, I just want to say that some of the transformations are some fatal frame shit. Something that I didn't realise until I started editing this was that when you capture the ghosts, if you slow it down, you get a really cool visual. Anyway, we then have it explained that we can see the ghosts due to a second sight, which we attained by that ghost flying into us right at the start of the game.
Analysis. Candidate supernormal sight, the result of astral form fused with candidate. Astral form can be summoned from within wherever candidate finds a spectral rift. Beneficial strategy on occasion.
And using this spectral rift, we're introduced to our second playable character, Astral.
Wait a minute. You've just come out from inside me. You're a ghost? Look, I'm sorry, I just don't understand. But you can hear me, right? Okay, well... Hi! Well, look, it's not exactly easy knowing what to say, but you know, it's been good to have you aboard. Fine, you go ahead and laugh, Astral. Just remember, I never exactly invited you inside me, okay? That was your thing, not mine. So anyway, feel free to just stay out and about, okay? I mean, people need their space, don't they? What? I don't understand. Jesus, don't just point at me. How was I supposed to know?
And call me immature all you want, but Astral's reaction to that one line, they knew what they were doing.
I never exactly invited you inside me, okay? That was your thing, not mine.
Now, whereas Lazarus is used for the action segments of the game, Astral's used for the puzzle sections of the game. One mechanic of the game that did confuse me was that there's this ghost viewer in the home base, and you can introduce the ghosts there to Steam, but I cannot find any use for that other than just to be a dick. Later in the game, when you get to the swamps, you're introduced to a new character called Lady de Montford, and I swear to God, her mood swings are erratic as fuck. Don't believe me? Okay then, introducing the Great Menopauso.
I'll use this gun to defend my virtue, young stranger. Make no mistake about it.
Calm down, you don't need your gun. Why I'm here is... Well, it's a long story, man, but basically, I was...
Skip it then, Hanson. Listen, you have to help me. They're coming for the children. You have to do something.
Let's just start from the beginning, can we? Okay, nice and calm. Who
The
exactly...
spirits! Who do you think? They'll be here any minute. Normally my son can deal with them, but he's been called away. Pretty help us. I can see you're a sensitive young man.
One gripe I did have about the swamps level though was the walking in water animation, because Lazarus moves so slow in it.
Wish I'd learned to swim.
Me too, Lazarus. Me too. But talking about his animations, I did find his dormant animation, and it is crazy. Really digging for treasure up there.
Oh,
Later on in the Swamps level, we're introduced to Pa, Billy Boy, and Junior.
I'll take that right there off your hands. Dainty little pink girly hands that they are. Supper for the crawfish, that's all you are now, boy.
Wait a minute. Will you guys just wait?
Time to get what's coming to you. Okay, Billy boy.
Yes, Pa.
Step aside. Junior, he's all yours.
Oh, get all the fun.
Thanks, Paul.
And Junior's just great.
Oh, Pa, I'm so tired I couldn't even poo.
But Astral talks to them and gets you released.
Well, I'll be, if it ain't the professor's girl. Where'd you spring from, Tinkerbell? Is the professor here? Well, if the professor ain't here, who you with then? You ain't nothing to do with that city lawman, are you? Well, seems like we all been led a real merry hoedown by that witch.
Because it turns out they're the good guys, and the previously mentioned Lady de Montfort is actually the villain ghost of this story.
Anyway, no time for jabbering, Slicker. You need to step into the professor's shoes and help us out.
You just tried to murder me.
Sign a good friendship around these parts. Listen, boy, that de Montfort woman, she's got our little girl prisoner up there. We sure as hell want her back.
And what I need is to find the professor. So where is he?
Well, that's just it. He headed back to de Montfort's, and after that, we never saw him again.
Oh man, another thing I just remembered that I hated about the Swamps was that you get introduced to these stealth sections where you have these ghost dogs and you have to follow them, but without them realizing that you're there, so that they can open doors for you and dig up things. Sometimes they'll dig up enemies though, so yeah, it's so slow. Eventually you'll come to this haunted house, which is fantastic. Like, you've got creepy ass mannequins. You've got music boxes. You've got teddy bear ghosts. And also, something I love in games is when they incorporate environmental storytelling. So you can find the corpse of Lady de Montfort. And if you look down the pit underneath her, you'll also see her baby, which, yeah, look at the size of it. I don't know if I'd call it a baby. One of the coolest aspects of the house, though, is you have to solve a puzzle, and then at the end of it, you have to walk through a painting. But unfortunately, in this house, I did have a bit of an issue with environments loading. But following the haunted house, we free the redneck's daughter, where we then get confronted by Lady de Montfort, and we capture her.
Always trying to run away, aren't you, little tree girl? Born to misbehave. They're filthy, more like animals. Hardly fit to live.
Final warning, gun down now!
Who's that Pokemon? It's Menopauso!
Phone's in the hallway. No charge.
Our next step is to fight Lady de Montfort's son and a giant gator, which comes in 2 parts.
Yep, I definitely ordered thin crust. Stay down. Mama's right here. You want her? Come and get her.
But eventually we defeat and capture them and rescue the daughter, bringing her home to the rednecks.
Well, I take my hat off to you, boy. You did it. Never thought I'd see our precious girl again.
She's a brave girl.
De Montfort?
Won't be troubling you anymore.
Our next step in the adventure is back to the school, where we'll meet the ghost librarian.
Hey, listen to me, lady.
Silence is golden, Monitor. And what else is golden?
Showers! But also... But at the end of it, she'll just float away. The school also introduced me to my first jump scare of the game. And it's in the school that we find out a little bit more about Hawksmoor. You get a little bit of a sympathetic angle on him, like he was betrayed and had his family killed, and you know, so he becomes a bit of a sympathetic villain after that.
King will avenge this treachery. The slaughter.
The king. Every last arrangement, which tiny throat will cut first, the undressing of your lady, everything was commanded by the king.
And it all leads to a confrontation with him where he'll recite Macbeth.
Methought I heard a voice cry, "Sleep no more. Macbeth doth murder sleep." Is this a dagger I see before me?
No, it's a Glock 17. Police issue.
Between the levels, we have some more from Sarkazarus Jones.
Well, at least I found out that the professor isn't guilty of the murders. Except I got the same problem he had, how to prove it. Really, Mr. Jones, the murderer is invisible to the naked eye unless you got the power of second sight. Oh, no, we believe you, Mr. Jones. Now, if you could just put this jacket on and wait in the padded cell over here.
No information.
There wasn't a question, stupid.
So next up we have the Ghost Ship, where we meet not Sir Daniel Fortescue, Captain Fortescue.
Wait! What the hell is going on? Got a yank in the tank. Well, blame is sideways. Uncle Sam said he more stowaways, eh?
Hey, can it! I got the gun and it's pointed at your neck.
Now I can't be sure about this, but I feel like his dialogue with being British, this is a bit of a reference to the Monty Python "'Tis but a flesh wound" scene.
Mission is to protect His Majesty's gold, sir. Gold? Why, yes. HMS Victoria, commandeered liner, ferrying troops and supplies. The spoils of war, don't you know? Sunk in 45. Been battling for the gold ever since.
But you're dead.
Pish and baloney. The Fortescue family have been fighting man and boy for old Blighty for over 1,000 years. And we've never let a little thing like death get in the way of a good scrap.
But the scenes we have with Captain Fortescue are just an absolute treat.
Here's the plan. Going to dynamite the enemy. Foolhardy scheme, but desperate times and all that. The beast's down in the engine. A bugger. Now, a good soldier adapts to the situation and never gets caught out twice. So you could just...
And the same goes for later on when we're introduced to his men.
Stand back for the captain. Get back or I'll shoot. Don't shoot, man. Chap's on our side, you damn fool. He's just rescued me. Oh, right, sir. Very good, sir. Now, stand easy, you three, while I hatch a plan. On the same side, then, eh? Oh, dear. Oh, no, can't fight with you. Don't know what to call you. Smudger. It can be Smudger.
Smudger?
Yeah, only we lost our last Smudger, see? Copped it the other day. Any of these any good? We've lost a Ginger, Pongo, Chalky White, Sponge, Titch.
2 titches?
Yeah, we lost 2 titches, and a lovely lad tees up, always had a pot on.
Made a smashing brew, tease up.
Listen, my name's Lazarus Jones. Call me that.
Okay, you men. Fall in. Jacko, Jug ears or Jog? None of them do you? Okay, gather round, you men. The only explosives we've got are with my body, wherever that is. Need a volunteer. Well done, Jones. Good aim. I want you to go out on reconnaissance, find my body, free it, and then we can blast that door to smithereens. Agreed? Good. And you two chaps can stay here and keep me guarded. Okay, fall on.
Taff. He can be Taffy. Said his name was Jones, didn't he?
Taffy, he said. Fix him like a glove. Ha! Nice one, Nobby.
Another thing about the Ghost Ship that I thought was really cool was some more environmental storytelling. You'll find an audio journal, and in the room you can see the outcome of what they're talking about.
The dagger of Poseidon is what the whole damn scrap was about. The greedy blackguard. Freddie Fortescue wasn't going to let him get it. No. Not the way he wanted it. Tussle. He got it right in the belly. Now, a dagger, statue or no statue, gold or no gold, to the belly isn't good news for a chap. And so, down went Kraken, swiping his cleaver about his bulging eye, never leaving the dagger of Poseidon jammed in his breadbasket. The curse, he whispered. The curse. Not the greatest of last words, I was thinking. I looked down and realized it was art, as I recall. You see, I was looking up and seeing my own body charging about without a blooming head. Kraken's cleaver had swiped it off. Damn useless. Worse Worse still, in the melee, down goes HMS Victoria. Glug, glug, glug.
Moving on a little bit to the next level of the prison, we end up in a flashback memory type thing where we see some more environmental storytelling with a murder scene. And there's a bit of a tug on your heartstrings, Lazarus compassion scene here.
Hey, it's okay.
Where's Mommy? Where's Mommy? I'm so lonely, Daddy. I've no one to play with.
I have to go. I'm sorry.
And it was also during the boss here that I had my first death, and it is brutal. So whilst we're in the prison, we rescue and meet Professor Richmond, who turns out is kind of an arsehole.
Where is Hawksmoor? You know how we can defeat him?
We?
Well, you know, Professor, I'd heard so much about you. You remember the swamps, those guys there? Or Colonel Fortescue? You sounded like a real hero.
Life's full of disappointments. Imagine how I feel. I'm a scientist, and I'm replaced by a police academy accident waiting to happen.
Yeah, I think maybe I'll scout for a while. You stay here, please, Professor. I won't be long.
So with him being an arsehole and me being the curious person that I am, I decided to shoot him a couple of times to see what would happen, and I discovered the most amazing death cry in all of video games. Which then resulted in me trying other weapons to kill him. The best one of which happened to be death by explosive fart. But as so happens in stories like these, Lazarus and Professor Richmond end up bonding, and they come across this giant mechanical ghost-controlled robot thing.
Seems quiet.
Are you gonna say it or am I?
Too quiet.
You were saying, Lazarus? This doesn't look good. No.
I mean, I'm all for recycling, but,
Yeah.
any ideas?
No.
Not even a name like, Maximus Hepus Ojuncus?
No.
You don't say much when you're nervous, do you? Because I'm quite the opposite. I cough. Have you noticed that?
Yes. You want me to deal with this one?
No, don't worry. I'm on a roll.
Use the goggles. Try to stay alive.
Yeah, I'm gonna write that down. That's a good tip.
So, moving forward in the story, we find out that Professor Richmond was posing as Professor Brooke due to him being betrayed by the government he was working for, who decided that they would collaborate with Hawksmoor.
Grant me the body of Kate Heller. Grant me the right to properly exploit Professor Richmond. All on my own terms, and I will deliver domination of your enemies for all eternity. I will be your Knight Protector.
How well do you know the military, Lazarus? It would have been the end of Kate Heller, and who knows what they had in store for me.
So you scooted with the body of Miss Heller.
Became Professor Brooke of Montsay High.
And Ghosthunter.
Let's go to work.
Moving throughout the government facility, we end up locating Anna and Hawksmoor, and then we get the big twist.
Thank you, Professor. And since I always keep my word, get out while you still can.
Why, Richmond?
A necessary subterfuge on my part, I'm afraid.
Say that again and look me in the eyes.
Betrayal, my own final sensation. A hollow, unsatisfying fury I found. Allow me to add a sprinkling of humiliation. It's not even you I'm after.
To be completely honest, I probably should have predicted the twist, considering this was said by Lazarus maybe 10 minutes beforehand.
Don't worry, Professor. I trust you.
So now we've reached the all is lost moment.
This is the version I adored, stolen before the coup.
Steal!
Your fate is in your partner's hands. I promise you to her.
But you're controlling her.
Am I? Oh, that's not very sporting.
Lazarus!
Steele, don't do it. Keep thinking. Think for yourself. Just keep thinking, okay? Throw me your gun. He's in here somewhere. Quickly, throw me your gun. No, Steele!
So this part was genuinely amazing. It completely threw me when the game threw me back to the title screen, and I was like, wait, what the hell is going on? Only to be met with...
There is evil in the world that cannot be seen, and someone must defeat it. Mission objective clear. Eradicate all ghosts in military base. 23% probability of succeeding. Proceeding.
So now we get to play as the Richmond AI controlling a robot, which is awesome, but at the same time, the robot controls suck. Like, you can only aim when you're completely stood still, but if you're completely stood still, you have no defense. You have no way of healing either, so needless to say, I had to do a lot of saving and loading throughout this whole section. So during this segment, we end up stumbling upon Professor Richmond and we get this whole creation meets the creator moment.
Well, aren't you resourceful? It is strange to meet one's maker. Stranger still to find that he is worthless. What do you want? From you? I want nothing. You're nothing. Nothing but a bug-ridden replica. Affirmative. You are the man. I the reflection. Yet it is you that has betrayed everything. Shut up! Everything I was built for. Everything you stood for. No human could have endured what I went through. The voices, the darkness, the torture. No programming will help you understand any of that. I simply couldn't take any more. Analyzing. Self-justification, self-pity. Fact. You led Officer Jones to his death. Incontestable inference. You are a murderer. Wait. Where are you going? You have to get me out of here. Officer Jones may be dead, but his mission is alive. No, come back. You have to help me. I made you. You can help me escape. If I had a master, he is dead. Goodbye, Professor. It has been disappointing. Wait!
So here we get a little bit of foreshadowing with this device on the screen.
Wait!
So now we get to play as Ghost Lazarus, and we can find Professor Richmond in a random room. And of course, me being me, I just had to end up trolling him for a while. So with the robot's help, we find out that Lazarus can be revived. However, it might destroy Astral, aka Kate Heller, in the process. And Lazarus doesn't even hesitate. And I was like, it seems super selfish and not very heroic for a protagonist.
His theory was that after a period spanning centuries of human existence, all ghosts diminished to non-sentient monsters. Put simply, they stopped existing. You see, he came across none from truly ancient times. From all this, you will appreciate the importance attached to this machine. Its purpose is to return Ghost to a living, human form.
It's my vote. Never mind centuries, I've already had one haunting.
It would appear that Astral is crucial to the machine's operation. I cannot predict the full consequences of doing so, but as you wish to live again, our only option is to use the machine. Perhaps reversal of everything we have fought for, but the only logical course of action.
You don't hear me arguing. Let's do it.
So then Lazarus gets revived, and Hawksmoor isn't very happy, so he ends up throwing the robots off of the balcony.
The machine.
I'm sorry, can we see that again? The only way that could be made more ridiculous is with the following edit. So then Hawksmoor tries to revive himself until Richmond comes in with the redemption arc.
Oh no.
Ideas?
Destroy the machine.
It's the moment you love, worm boy. What's going through your mind now? A bullet.
So now we enter the final area, which acts very much like a horde mode, where we have to defeat many of the ghosts that we've encountered over the course of the game. Then once we defeat Hawksmoor, it cuts to a scene where Richmond is talking to the robot who's dying. And I was like, wait, when did Richmond get down here? Because it looks like he was thrown, but there was no cutscene or anything to show him getting thrown down there.
Professor, Professor, I have one useful function remaining. Look. 0 bar. We can end forever. We can end.
No. Come on. Come on.
There's no time. We have to go now.
I'll be right behind you. Oh, no. Don't worry, he's alive. What about Kate? I got her. Come on. I can help you. Go, I'll be right behind you.
So then we end up with a scene that was foreshadowed earlier, which I'll include the foreshadowing scene first before that scene. You'll see what I did in a second anyway.
Gentlemen, you will never achieve your goals as things stand. The Professor is merely competent, incapable of the ultimate prize. Why? Because he is a weak man, a civilian. He has too many scruples.
Professor, are you still toying with forces you do not understand? You can never bring this to an end.
It's okay. I'm a weak man, a civilian, I have too many scruples. You may want to cover your ears.
Honestly, I could have made that ending way better with the following.
You may want to cover your ears.
So before I move on to the last bit of the game, I just want to mention that Lazarus had told Richmond that Kate was safe. He had her.
What about Kate? I got her. Come on, I can help you.
But then only Lazarus and Anna make it out. So either Lazarus was lying and is a huge douchebag, or there was a part of the game that was cut. I don't know which one it is.
The professor? You don't think he made it?
I don't know what to think.
What? What?
Nothing. It's not funny. I don't know why I'm laughing. I was just thinking about filing my report. I'm not sure where to start.
Don't start then. No one's gonna believe it anyway.
Tell me about it.
Seriously, what do you think we should do?
Pretend it never happened?
It never happened.
Just gotta think of a good reason for being about 3 days late.
Make it a good excuse. You may need to use it again. You sure you're finished with all that stuff in there?
Yeah, this real world would do me just fine. Homicide, carjacking, narcotics.
Illegal parking, noisy neighbors, dog fouling. Hey, it's a jungle out here, partner.
So yeah, then we get this end bit, which to me was like a ha 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 trauma. You were possessed, I died. Ha 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 ha. Let's make light of it.
You know, back there, you shot me. You killed me.
And your point is?
Took you 2 shots. I need a partner who can do the job I want.
And that was Ghosthunter. But before we move on to the next game, I just want to insert this clip that I had no other place to put. But basically it was kind of like an Easter egg if you got too close to a poster. And lastly this month we have Halloween Forever, which is a 2D platformer, and it's okay. It's not great, it's not bad, it's okay. There are a total of 12 characters you can play as, but you only start with a couple at the beginning of the game, unlocking the others as you go on, and everyone plays slightly differently. Being that it's a 2D retro platformer that's a little thin on story, there's not a whole lot I can say about the game, but some little things I've noticed were things like, I noticed if you press and hold the fire button and then move, you can make your character laugh. Little known fact about me, I have an irrational annoyance to hanging skeletons in games and media, because it's like, how? Like, what's holding them together? So one thing I have failed to mention is the collectibles aspect of the game, where there are 6 runes to collect over the course of the game, and if you get all 6, then you get the good ending, where your character gets a wish that's relevant to that character. Going back to observations, whilst playing as Miss Succubus here, I noticed that when you crouch and do the fireballs, it looks like she's wafting either farts or queefs, but the wink says it all. Another collectible in the game is Abraxas icons, which you can use to unlock the infinitely jumping Demon Joe. I did find this Easter egg, which I'm not entirely sure how deep it is exactly, but I'm assuming it's a developer, like dead at his workstation, like overworked maybe, I don't know. Customary trophy talk. One of the trophies involves having to complete the game on 1 heart mode, which means you get 1 hit deaths in the game, so you need to stock up on lives, which is why I found this following route to build up lives on the second level. If you just follow this route, you get 2 lives, then you can kill yourself and do the same route again, and it's only getting like 1 extra life each time, but you're gonna need those lives. This boss was the absolute bane of my life during my one-hit death run, because whereas all the other bosses followed a set pattern, he follows a pattern, but those eyeballs are so irrational in their movement. Needless to say though, eventually, through perseverance and adaptability, I killed that motherfucker. And then lastly, as what happens with all eventuality, through lives lost, sweat shed, expletives yelled, I eventually beat the Necro King, got the last trophy, and earned my platinum. Boom, baby, boom! As you can see, even Button Up Bro here is overjoyed. So I might come back to this game for Christmas because there's a Christmas pumpkin character and I figured like it would fit the theme. I might complete the game with some of the other characters at the same time as well. But yeah, I think to finish this video I'm gonna let some of the endings of the other characters play out. So thanks for watching guys, peace out.